Sylvia Day was one of the first authors I read within the new adult genre. Like, she kind of introduced me to that world. I read her Crossfire series back in 2021. I've been hooked ever since. I haven't read all of her books, but when I found out that they have an Afterburn, Aftershock movie based on her book, I was just like, I have to read it, because I'm familiar with her work, and I'm just like, I wonder what's all this about. And I wanted to read the book before I watched the movie. Before I even read the book, I figured that it was going to be based in New York, based off of the book and the movie. I was just like, and what billionaire romance don't take place in New York at this point? That's one thing I wish that they would switch up sometimes, because they either are from New York or they end up in New York. Like, I know that's like the city for the wealthy to live or whatever, but I would like to see other places get shown some love, because the New York scene is pretty old to me at this point when it comes to the billionaire romance scene. I loved Gia's relationship with her family. Like, their bond was really tight, and the whole book was kind of like a headache to me, because I just didn't appreciate the way Jax was moving the whole time. Like, he tried to slither his way back in and then trying to dominate the situation. Like, he didn't ghost Gia in the first place, and come to find out, he only ghosted her to try to test her, which was very immature of him, in my opinion. I couldn't get with the story, because it was just like every time they would take a step forward, it was like 10 steps back. But I did appreciate that the story was real, like the situation that they were in and the dynamic that they had. It was realistic. Like, so many couples and so many relationships go through certain things like this, like miscommunication and like trust issues and so many things. So I did appreciate that it felt like real, but I just didn't like the way Jax was moving. And I get that that's the billionaire playboy way of moving, like very dominant. And I get it, because that's just how they move within their business, and that's how they got where they are in the first place. But there's a time and a place, and to come to find out that he was only testing her from like 2 years of never even contacting her or not even having a conversation with her, like, these are the things that I'm looking for, and like giving her the time to try to show up in that way. Like, he just took it upon himself to play these games, which once I found out that his family is in politics, I figured like, okay, well, that's why, because that's just how he deals with all of his situations. Like, he tries to one up the person or control the situation in some way. So I understood why he was moving the way he was, but it was just like, that is just not the way you do that if you're trying to be in a loving relationship, and it was just like he wasn't getting it until we got into Aftershock. Then he finally got it, but that just points back to it being similar to a real situation. Like, not everybody's going to be on the same page and stuff like that. The most annoying part was that the way he was dealing with his feelings for her was just getting intimate with her. And it was just hard to read through, because it's just like, this is not how you deal with this situation. Like, he was just going about it all wrong. And I was not rooting for him until like the very end, when he finally got the clue and decided to stand up for himself, because his family was trying to push him in a direction that he didn't want to go in, because he saw how destructive it is. And he didn't want that with Gia, but then he also didn't know how to get himself out of the situation he was in. But it was just so clear to me the whole time that, like, sir, you have to choose between a loving, peaceful life with Gia or dedicating your life to the family business. He couldn't have both. And I can understand he was just being pulled back and forth, but I was with Gia's family. Like, if he is not showing up in the ways that you need him to show up, like, girl, bye. And I can see why everybody was kind of iffy about him. because the way he was moving. And then he shows up saying that he loves her so much, but then working against her within the business world. Like, you just don't do that to a person that you love. It just rubbed me the wrong way, like 90% of the book. But Gia finally got a backbone within her and was just like, listen, it's either we're friends with benefits or we're going to actually try to work on the relationship. And the way he was moving, it was just like he was pointing more towards friends with benefits than trying to work on the relationship. So it was giving her a head spin and giving me a head spin, because I was just like, listen, I don't personally have the patience to do this, because I've been in situations like this, and I get that you can share such a strong attraction to a person to where it's tough to break things off, or, you know, to put up certain boundaries because the connection is so strong. But eventually, being intimate is not on the top of the priority. I get it's very important when it comes to a romantic relationship, but you need a healthy relationship with it. Like, you can't just be dealing with your problems by getting intimate. That's why the book was just so hard for me to sit through. But it was very short and very to the point, so I can appreciate that, because if it was like one of her regular books where it's like 400 pages plus each book, I don't think I would be able to finish it, because I'm just like, man, Jax, get with the program. And Gianna was frustrating me for so long because she just was having a hard time choosing too. Like, she wanted to be in his life again because she hasn't seen him in 2+ years and the attraction is still there. But at the same time, he's not showing up in the way that she needs him to. But she kept falling into his traps every single time and trying to be like, I'm in control and this is the route we're taking since you can't choose. But then every single time, she was just giving in too easy. He needed to prove himself more before she got in the bed with him, you know? And it's just like, she wasn't no better. So I can't even point the finger specifically at Jax, but if he gonna come in and try to lead the way and try to step up as the man in a relationship, he needed to come in better than he did. But they had unfinished business, and they had to work through that before they were able to move on to something serious. They kind of picked up where they left off in a weird way. Nico is my favorite. Like, I can't wait to see who they cast to play him in the movie, because in the book, I be trying to talk to Nico for real. He was just my favorite brother out of all of them, or the one I seem to be like, you know, attracted to within the story. But yeah, I just don't have the patience to be going back and forth with a person like that. Like, it's either we're working towards it or we're not, because playing this game, I don't want to play it anymore. It's not fun. Nobody ever wins. So why is it even a thing, you know? Unless you guys can level it out and be on the same page, but that never really happens. So that's why your girl be single, because I don't have time for that. Oh yeah, and when it came to that reporter girl, Deanna, I don't like her. And I don't feel bad for what happened to her. I get, as a reporter, your job is to share stories, reveal truths, and share it with the world. But when you start digging up things that's none of your business, that has nothing to do with nothing, that's when I personally think that it's just evil. You're evil. You're doing evil things. Like, I get that Jackson's family is in politics and it's a dirty world out there, and, you know, people are getting in positions in the most grimiest of ways, and it's normal to expose people in certain ways. And I get it. When people in power are being sneaky and doing grimy things, then yeah, they do deserve to be exposed. But when it comes to their personal life and their family, like their family having health issues or any of the sorts like that, like, why put that out there? Like, that's their business to share. Like, it's nobody's business. So when she found out that Jackson's mom was put into like a mental institution or whatever. Why did Deanna take it upon herself to then try to make that a story and put that out in the media? Like, why is that anybody's business? On top of that, she's no longer living. So why are you going to expose a story like this? Like, who is this helping? Like, just for some money? Like, I can get if you found some tax information or some money situation or something where they stealing or not paying taxes or whatever the case might be. Something that's more on the business front, on the political front, that just hits so far below the belt, in my opinion. Like, she didn't have to do Jackson family like that. But thankfully, Gia stopped her just in time because Gia had to find some dirt out on her to get all this canceled. And I feel like that was fair. There was many lessons that needed to be learned within the situation. One being that Gianna can't trust people because stuff like this would happen. And for Deanna, it was to open her eyes to see how it feels to be exposed for things that's just a part of life. Like his mom being mentally ill and all of those things. It's a part of life. Like, you know, that's one of the struggles she had to deal with. Why be exposed for that? Why put that on headlines? And she's not even here to defend herself she's not even here. Like I felt like that was so wrong. And she needed a little wake up call. Like her having some nudes, you know, that's her personal business. Nobody needs to see that. She was sharing that with the people she wanted to share it with. Nothing more, not for the world to see. And now it's just that being taught to her. Like, do you see how it feels to be exposed for something that you don't want the world to know? So in my opinion, she deserved it. And it sucks that she lost her job in the process of that, but she was about to become a person that she shouldn't become. She was about to become a media monster. Like anything to get a story out, anything for the bag. And I guess she was about to get paid big bucks for that. But at the same time, it's not worth it. Like sometimes the money is not worth it. Definitely when you're putting something like that out. On Goodreads, I rated it a 4 out of 5 because, you know, she wrapped it up very well. And they honestly got the ending that I wanted for them, because after the things that they were putting each other through, I was like, I hope this girl gets the guy in the end. And she did, because all of this makes it worth it. My snack of choice for the movie is chocolate covered strawberries and apples. And then I have a little thing of vanilla Greek yogurt with granola. And we're gonna get into this movie. Okay, this must be Gia. This also looked like downtown LA, but I mean, she's beautiful with the light eyes and the dark hair.
Hi, I'm Gianna Rossi. I'm here for an interview with Laydown. You proved everybody wrong. I just want to do the same. I hope you do.
Even in the book, I just loved how she stood up for herself right here and like really spoke up and was like, nah, you're gonna be missing out if you don't hire me.
I need fresh eyes. I want to feed off of someone else's hunger. You want a protege? Exactly. I'm in if you want me.
And here's Jackson. Uh-oh. The memories are coming back.
Prefers pedigreed blondes in public, but won't turn down a roll in the hay with something flashier in a pinch. You got that from a 5-minute search?
No experience.
No, I got that from 5 weeks in his bed. Ah, so he's the one. Well, this just got interesting.
Very. I don't find Jackson attractive, but he do have that masculine energy down pat that can be attractive and very magnetic.
Meeting with Young shouldn't take long. When I'm done, we'll head to a hotel, get reacquainted.
See?
You.
Yes.
There you are. You almost had me fooled into thinking that GI knew was gone.
Don't toy with me, Jax. It's beneath you.
I want you beneath me.
This is gonna be tough to sit through.
I feel like our men are circling the wagons, which means we need to keep doing what we're doing. I have not had this much fun in years.
Here we go.
Are you thinking about Chad Williams because you want to? Or because you want him to sign on the dotted line?
Neither.
Could you tell me why you're so angry at me?
You fell off the face of the earth for 2 years?
It had to end, and it did. Quietly.
Why rehash and screw it up, right?
Right.
Can we be friends?
No.
Can we do business together?
Please, you made this personal from the get-go.
God, you were sexy as hell when you were angry at me. You know, I should have pissed you off more often.
Back off, Jax. You've got no right invading my life like this. None of this is your business anyway, so quit butting in.
Damn it, Gia. I didn't know that you were in love with me.
If that's true, then you didn't know me at all.
Why you won't even know my sister?
Shut up.
She do look good.
She looks like a movie star. Like a real, goddess.
Oh?
What's the matter with you?
They're so cute. Okay, they both chose to wear black.
Sexy.
Yeah.
You play it down at work, which I understand and appreciate, but don't waste it. It's a terrible myth that a successful woman can't be sexy without losing her credibility. Don't buy into it.
Thank you, girl. Don't buy into it.
You never used to be cruel.
Well, I used to have a heart, and then someone broke it.
Doubtful. You broke your own heart.
I'm loyal to Lay.
I was too. But unfortunately, you'll find that she's not quite as loyal in return.
Jesus used to turn me inside out.
You've been drinking. You'll hurt me.
I'll worship you.
I need more than sex, Chad.
Thank
Give you
you.
everything I got.
Yeah, for how long?
Christ, Gia, just take what I can give you.
No, it's not enough, Jax.
It has to be. Christ. Don't ask me to turn you into one of them.
What are you talking about, Jax? Mind if we join you?
Please. Cause this guy.
Which means he was either gonna put a ring on your finger or run scared. And I figured he'd run. And come back once the fear wore off.
I would have some fun with Nico. For sure.
Jackson, I was just talking to Gianna how I'm gonna kick your ass.
It's good to see you too, man.
That was unnecessary.
Place setting, please. Thank you.
He's just so handsome. At least Nico gives me something to look forward to every time seeing him on screen, because Gia and Jax, I just don't care.
Did you see Jackson Rutledge this weekend? I did, but we didn't talk business, Lay. Rutledge Capital made a significant investment in Pembry Ventures. Isabel said she spoke to Jackson himself on Sunday, and he confirmed it.
I'm having dinner with Jackson tonight, actually.
That should be interesting.
Oh, you can bet on it.
Yeah, like how we gonna spend the whole weekend together and then you make a move like that, but then want to stand in front of my face and be like, I want you so much, baby.
Hello, gorgeous.
Like, they both just annoying. Like, that would not be my greeting. Oh, okay.
You me over, Jax. Right after you literally.
She's not stubborn enough for me. Like, make him work. You're not making him work at all.
I'm gonna match your backstabbing move. And raise you one round of angry.
That's really not a compromise. It's not a deal. I knew what I had in store after reading the book, because like I was saying in the beginning, I had a hard time sitting through the book, but since it was short and concise, I zipped through it as fast as I could. But this is painful. Now I have a visual to the whole experience, and it's not any better. The only plus side is that Nico is fine. That's the only thing that's a bonus for me that is making this somewhat enjoyable. It's always something, y'all. It's always something. My Wi-Fi have chosen to just shut off. and not come back on for whatever the case might be. There's a helicopter outside my house just flying around in circles. I seriously have a headache. Oh yeah, and then on top of that, my neighbors just got home from school, so the kids are running around. So I'm just gonna see you guys another day to finish this movie. I'm back. Let's just get right into this movie because I'm ready for it to be over, honestly. The amount of interruptions I've had is ridiculous, and I'm really not excited about finishing this. But here I go. This would be way more tolerable if he was attractive. I probably said that yesterday when I was watching it from the beginning, but he is just not attractive to me, and he's just so annoying.
Thanks for meeting me.
And here comes this girl, Deanna.
Good. You? Chasing a story, as always. I'd appreciate anything you could find. Yeah, sure thing. Thanks, Deanna.
I don't like her, but she's a reporter and she did what a reporter would do. I still think that's wrong, though.
Open the door, Gia.
Jax? What are you doing in Atlanta?
He's been a stalker since the day he ghosted you.
Baby, I will crawl on my hands and knees if that's what it takes. Open the door.
Yo, like, that's not enough. You need to be on hands and knees, crawling over hot lava, charcoal, and confessing all your sins to me before you burn to a crisp. Too much? Probably.
I stayed away because it's the best thing for you. I've seen what can happen.
Then why are you back now?
I am the big bad wolf, baby. You want to be with me? You want to be my girlfriend? You want to go to parties with me? Events, have dinner with my family?
Yeah. You can't scare me.
She's really pretty.
You could have said something like, listen, Gia, sharing my life with you won't be easy, but I love you, and I'll do whatever it takes to make our private life worth the public hell. I don't know.
This isn't a goddamn romance novel.
It's not?
I love you.
Shut up.
I love you so much that it's driving me crazy. I want you in my home.
Too much sky, you can't even spy on your neighbors.
Oh, Nico.
Get out of here.
Take me with you. Don't leave me here with them. I can't. And then they want to, like, take it slow and look into each other's eyes. Like, get over it already.
Can you go be a bitch somewhere else, Allison?
For
I'm not a
real.
woman who likes pretense or bullshit, so I'm not gonna shovel any your way. Jackson.
For real.
I don't like her, Jax.
She's not my favorite person either, but she's family.
I don't give a fuck.
I would never ask you to sit quietly while someone insults you.
Exactly.
I respect you more than that, Jax.
Exactly. Family or not.
Whether we like her or not, we've all got to work together.
I'm not going to be her friend, though. I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to be seen in public with her. I will tolerate her at the family functions and these fundraisers that we have to go to. Other than that, I'm not hanging out with her for no media, no picture.
Why didn't you tell me?
We don't talk about work.
I don't want my family being used, Jax.
And I don't want my girlfriend making assumptions about my motives.
Well, you haven't been shown that you can be trusted. So I would be questioning your intentions as well. First, you buy out one of my clients on purpose. And now you showing up being buddy-buddy with my family and trying to do certain things for their business. No, I don't trust your intentions. What are you doing?
Jax, if you don't start including me, we won't make it far.
Right.
Just remember, when things get rough, don't forget I need you.
Don't forget I need you. Well, open the up. Man up. Say it with your chest. Get it all out. Why are you being trying to be all secretive? Like, that's not attractive. It's not. It's annoying. Definitely when you go ghost and you come back with so much passion and lust, but don't want to be honest about what's really going on here.
So, does he have a brother?
Girl, stay far away.
But the real story is that she was expendable. She had a problem, family just packed her up, out of sight.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do.
You can't run this story.
Well, it's already done. Gianna.
Get her. And get her good. Like, that's so not cool. You want to exploit this woman's mental health for your benefit. That's sick. You're sick.
My mother's disease was never supposed to be fodder for the fucking media.
I mean, he kind of valid about being upset about this.
This whole relationship has been a mistake.
Oh.
Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah. What a big F and a big U.
You gotta go to a woman who's outside your relationship and news on the guy you're shacked up with? That's whack shit, Gianna.
Yeah, it is.
Just help me find a way out of this mess.
The solution to being with the wrong guy is to leave. There. Problem solved.
There are laws against revenge porn, Gianna.
There should be laws against you exploiting this woman that's not even with us anymore.
There's laws against extortion, too. That didn't stop you.
Exactly.
When you wanted answers, I should have been the one to give them to you.
I guess this had to happen too, because he needed to see, like, she needs to know what's going on.
No, he won't be keeping me up to speed. I'm out.
He's finally being a big boy and making the right decisions. Congrats, guys. Thank God that's over. I didn't enjoy it. I'm glad that everything worked out for them though, like I am, because again, it just makes it all worth it. Going through all of that with them, but other than that, I'm not a fan. It literally pained me and gave me a headache, along with all the interruptions I kept having with this, making it twice as longer for me to sit through and watch because it just didn't want to do a nice smooth playthrough. So I've had enough with this movie, with these characters. I'm on and I'm ready for the next. But yeah, if you enjoyed my reaction to this movie, please give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.